How much money can you seriously make? And is this program for you? These are great questions I get asked all the time. There are developers out there who make hardly anything, and then there's those developers who make an incredible amount of money. Every day, well over 1,000 apps are pushed in for approval into various app markets such as Apple, Google, and Amazon. There are even new incentives and monetization methods coming out constantly as the industry shifts. The most heated competition when it comes to apps is in the games category, whereas the easier places to make money generally tend to be utilities, productivity, camera, and social apps. In fact, mobile chat app WhatsApp sold for well over $19 billion alone. But if you're a new developer who's looking to get in on this action, what can you expect to make? Listen, I can't give you an exact figure or any promises here, as every mobile app is completely different. You have developers who make an app in a weekend who generate hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions. And then you've got those developers who've spent months on an app and can't even generate enough money to buy a cup of coffee. Of course, those are extreme cases. In general, quality always wins out in my opinion. But you do have those unusual outliers who become unusual success stories. Unfortunately, those are not the reality of the app business, and sadly too many people try and start their app business thinking they can replicate that success. Even the original creators of Angry Birds can't even replicate their own success. The top game studios are taking the biggest chunk of the money when it comes to mobile games, but this does not mean that all hope is lost. As you obviously read the course title, I do make money 24/7, even while I sleep. But if you have already read the first few chapters of the course book, you'll see I have already stated in there that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So even though I do make money 24/7, the point is that it took a lot of work and effort to get there, and still requires work to keep it going. Here's my own real proof of what I made in 2013 as a chart. This chart shows, firstly, the app business fluctuates throughout the year. Secondly, this chart serves to prove to US students that there is real money to be made in the app business, and I'm not just making this stuff up. As you could see, in many of my top months in 2013, I was making well over $1,000 per week. That's obviously increased over the past few years as the market has shifted and I've grown even more as an app developer. But I show you this to prove to you the point that app developers do make real money. What I've found over the years, in general, if you focus on a high-quality app or game and an incredible user experience and use several monetization methods, you should be able to do better than others who have not taken the time to think about monetization or building a quality app. So instead of giving you an exact figure of how much you could potentially make, here are some telltale signs that, in my opinion, will give you an idea if your app has the potential of making big money. Once again, there's no guarantees here. Number 1, does your app service a need in the market, or provide a unique experience, or provide a better experience when compared to a similar app or game in the marketplace? Number 2, have you put in various monetization methods into place, such as in-app purchases, ads, freemium editions, and pro editions? Number 3, have you prepared a marketing plan and a budget? Number 4, have you worked on your ASO, that's App Store Optimization? Number 5, do you have social integration? Number 6, do you have a functional app or game? Number 7, have you shared your app or game with your user base? Number 8, have you determined your target market and built your app or game towards that user base? For example, an app or game targeted at seniors should not have tiny buttons and small text. Number 9, will a user simply use your app or game once, or will they open it more than once? How many times would you estimate a person would open your app or game in a day? Number 10, do you have notifications integrated? If so, you'll be able to market to users throughout the year and even throughout the day and the week. If you can answer the previous questions positively, then you're more than likely to have a revenue-generating app or game when compared to other developers and should have the best shot at hitting success, or at the very minimum, being able to generate enough revenue to cover your costs. Keep in mind, well over 80 to 90% of developers, in my opinion, don't even make enough money to quit their day jobs. This is due to the lack of planning and focusing on building a solid business, and most just try and get rich quick by making an app or two and then stop. Don't let that be you. This course will give you some of the basics you need to run an app business with a greater chance at success than those who simply dive in without any background other than they want to make an app. Finally, a disclaimer. Listen, there's no guarantee that you will get specific results by following the ideas and methods in this program. Your level of success in attaining the results claimed in this course depend on several factors, such as your dedication, your motivation, commitment, actions, and other external market factors. Since these factors differ according to individuals, I can't guarantee your success, nor am I responsible for any of your actions. Results in this program may vary from person to person and from app to app. What I can tell you is that I'm going to share with you what has worked for me, and it's up to you to take the steps to use that knowledge to your advantage and build your own app business as well. Okay, so now you're ready to get into the app business, but you may be wondering, where do you start? Let's take a look at that very question and go over the mobile app business in more details.